Hello and welcome to the 2024 Southland Conference Beach Volleyball Season Previews. And I'm joined right now by McNeese and head coach Yasmin alongside Jolie Savoie. Coach Jolie, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. How are you guys doing?
Doing good, doing good. Getting ready for our first home tournament this weekend. And yeah, just trying to get girls prepped and everything else sorted so that we can put on a great event.
And coach, not just the first home tournament, but the first tournament for the brand new McNeese Beach Volleyball program. Firstly, for you, coach, that must be a huge honor to be able to really build this program from the ground up in your own image.
Absolutely, a great kind of opportunity. Number one, is such a young head coach, first and foremost. And then, like you said, to be able to build something from the ground up and really make it our own and also really develop the culture here is really important as we build the foundation for years to come kind of thing. I want to bring in girls who are going to be as well excited for an opportunity and to be a part of something new and something great and really build the legacy of what McNeese Beach Volleyball is going to be in 5 years time, 10 years time, whatever it may be.
And Jolie, it must be equally as exciting for you to be part of the inaugural class, shall we say, there for McNeese Beach Volleyball. So how's preseason been? How's working with Coach Tan been so far?
It's been really good. I'm so thankful that I play for someone like Coach Yas. She brings so much to the table and just cares so much about us as athletes. And as a program, just how she's developed each of us individually and as a team has really, really been something that's really cool to watch. And I'm excited to get started. We play Corpus this Friday, so they're ranked pretty high in the conference. So it's going to be exciting to go out there and as a new program, just show everybody what we got.
Yep, starting with the defending champions, nothing like an easy start, right? Jolie, as you've obviously made the transition, you were at Southeastern last year, now down there in Lake Charles and McNeese. What was part of the attractiveness of this opportunity, shall we say? What was the decision like to join McNeese for this inaugural season?
Right. So my dad actually coached soccer for McNeese. He started the program here and he coached here for 20 years. And my mom coached softball here for a little bit. So that's how they met. So growing up, like I've always wanted to play for McNeese. Like that was absolutely my dream. So when I was in high school, I was hoping that they would be able to start a program in time for me to be able to play in college for them because like I said, that's just what I've always wanted to do. And as soon as I heard about the opportunity that they were starting a program, I knew that that's where I wanted to be.
I'm glad we got to talk about that family connection. It was in my notes, but certainly that's a legacy that you're following, right? With coaching in the family. How excited are your parents that they're able to cheer you on now back at a university where they met and they used to call home?
Oh, they are so thrilled. Like they are so excited. My dad's been making like his own t-shirts and stuff, and he's been at every event. He's gonna cook for the team and stuff. So they could not be more thrilled.
And coach, it's worth noting as well that you have some experience with a Southland member as well before you were at McNeese, having played at Boise State for a number of years. What was the experience there like, and are you excited to take them on now in this coaching role?
I think it's going to be a really full circle kind of fun moment. Some of my old teammates are still playing at Boise State, and like I love my time there. And when I first came to McNeese, and I didn't even know that we were getting a beach volleyball team for sure. And I let them know like, yeah, like I'm taking on a graduate assistant position at McNeese, and blah 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 blah. And then it hadn't been announced yet, but Alex, the assistant coach, and I think Allison as well, and some of the girls had just received notice that they were joining in the Southland conference. And again, it hadn't been released yet. And I was like, no way, like, get out of here kind of thing. Like, I think it's just really full circle and amazing kind of how things work. But I loved my time at Boise. I was really proud of them going into last season and seeing how well they did in their first season in the conference and competed for a championship. Obviously now it's a little different because we're going to be competing against them and I'm going to be coaching against them. But I think it's really just a cool place to be in and just finding how the world works. And yeah, really excited.
It's a great little storyline within the conference this year, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys face off down the road when we get there. Coach, talking about building this program from the ground up, obviously a huge part of that is recruiting players, right? And bringing in the right level of talent. I'm sure there's some that you knew previously, but when you are out on the recruiting trail, what intangibles, if anything, were you specifically looking for in the young women to bring in to this beach volleyball program?
I think I mentioned it earlier, kids who are looking for an opportunity when, starting the program, we were announced pretty, later into the recruiting cycle. I think our team was announced in February. So definitely put in a lot of work to try and find kids who are still kind of out there looking for a place to play and just looking for an opportunity to be a part of something new and something that could be, built up from the ground up. Because it is really important to consider, like, do you want to be part of a foundational place where you're building something, or do you want to be part of a place that's kind of already established where you can slot in? So I think that definitely came into it. And just good, hardworking kids who are going to be humble and grateful for an opportunity to compete at the Division I level.
Jolie, what's it been like getting to know your teammates? Obviously, you have the chance to set the culture from the start, right? So how have you gone about building this team from inside the locker room?
Right, for sure. And that's why I wanted to choose a new program, just to be able to leave such a big legacy. But Yas has really picked such a special group of girls. Like, these are some of the greatest players that I've had the honor to call my teammates. I think we're doing a really good job just setting a high standard for, future teams to come, and just building a strong culture and a winning mindset.
Coach, as we look down your schedule this year, there's a number of Power 5 names, a lot of top competition for you guys to take on here in your inaugural season. When you're giving your team talks before those big games, and even this weekend in the opening matchup against Corpus Christi, what's your message to your girls going to be in terms of how they attack each match and this season on the whole?
Yeah, a big thing on our courts, and I would say in our gym, but not necessarily in our gym, but at our courts, is that I don't want to coach effort. I always want, perfect effort over perfect outcome. So going into this first weekend, we have, like you said, a range of different teams coming in from Cal Poly, which just got ranked, number 20, Corpus, our reigning Southland Conference champions, to as well as Nichols, who's also in our conference, and then another brand new program in Tarleton. So it's a big range of kind of, teams in the nation. And we like to, I have this phrase, I got it from my old indoor coach who used to say 96 minutes of hell on the court, because that would be the average length of an indoor game. But on the sand, I want to say the average length of a beach volleyball game is about 42 minutes. So I tell our girls that I don't care what the score is. I don't care what the outcome is. When I look to your court, I want to know that you're giving your team 42 minutes of hell. You're giving them back, giving them 42 minutes of hell, and you're expecting them to give you back 42 minutes of hell. Just to kind of emphasize that, it doesn't matter what the score is, as long as you're working hard, you're giving your best, and you're leaving it all out on the court. That's all I can ask of you. And then the results will hopefully come with that. Obviously, we want to win, but yeah, the results will come if we know that we're doing absolutely everything we can to be successful.
Jolie, has that been true in practices? Has it felt like 42 minutes of hell getting ready for this season?
For sure. We've definitely been challenged this preseason. Coach Yaz has done a really great job preparing us for our challenging schedule we have up ahead, but I'm really ready and excited to get this season started.
Awesome. And Coach, just lastly for you, when you look at the season ahead, are there any limits as to what this team can achieve? There's an opportunity to make history, right? Inaugural season, anything's still possible. So as you head in, what are your expectations and perhaps your aspirations for what you think is achievable this season?
Coming into this season, we could easily be like, oh, like, we're a brand new program kind of thing. We're just trying to get, like, a few wins here and there. Like, we have low expectations or something, but I didn't want that. I want our team to be ambitious. We strive for excellence, and we want to try and shoot for the stars and see where we land, kind of thing. So again, we'd love to get our first wins on the season and things, but as long as our team goes out there and gives everything they have, that's all I can ask of them. And I truly believe that the results will come from that.
And Jolie, you've had some time to get to know Coach now. So I just wanted to kind of ask you a little question about her, have a little bit of fun with us. If she wasn't a beach volleyball coach, what do you think Coach Tan would be doing with her career?
That's a good question. I feel like she would be a yoga instructor.
A yoga instructor?
Yeah,
really? All right.
Instructor.
I thought maybe there might be kind of a surf vibe with the Australian links, obviously.
Who knows? I do love the beach. I do love the beach and the ocean. So, but I also run yoga with Yaz sessions at times. So we'll see.
Well, there you go. We'll see if we can get a Southland wide yoga with Yaz at some point. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. It's been great to get to chat with you. And Coach Jolie, we'll wish you nothing but the best for the entirety of the 2024 season as you guys make history down there in Lake Charles.
Thank you so much.